Thank you. I'm Phil Shapira from the University of Manchester. Maybe I might just take another few seconds just to welcome you. You are in the home of the Manchester Institute of Innovation Research. Here's a brochure. You can pick them up from outside, see us on the web. So this institute is one of the founding organizations in innovation and science policy studies. In this country, we have about 50 staff, faculty and researchers. We have more than 40 PhD students, a rather large master's program, and a lot of research across many areas of science, technology, and innovation in the UK and internationally. So that's my plug for our institute. This is the Rising Powers project on emerging technologies and implications of next generation innovation systems. Ian Miles and Alan Harding, the other two co-PIs, are here. We have three research questions. How can breakthrough technologies be used to build or rebuild? I think in both countries there's some sensitivity to this concept, so we often talk about rebuilding, remaking, reshaping the innovation systems. And breakthrough technologies are often a kind of a litmus. That's the point of looking at them, a litmus to kind of explore many other things that are going on in the economy and the society. How can the institutional, anticipatory, and governance systems adapt to some of the challenges posed by emerging technologies and innovation systems change? And what's the implications for the rest of us, particularly from a UK and other developed and developing country perspective of growth in emerging technologies from our countries? We are targeting on Russia and China, but through some of the student work looking at other countries. Our key partners are in China, the Beijing Institute of Technology, and in Russia, the National Research Institute High School of Economics in Moscow. And we also are partnering with Georgia Tech in Atlanta and the Innovation Collab, that is another virtual mechanism that brings these organizations together. We have a team, everyone has a team. I actually realized the importance of the PhD students and kind of they're the interfaces in many cases for us in the countries. We have a number of associates that work with us around our partner countries. We do have an advisory board. It's interesting how different people may structure theirs, but in our case, we have people essentially with UK roots or developed country roots, but they know about these other countries. Either they came from them or they work in them. So I think this is a very important part of our mechanism to kind of somehow transfer implications back into the UK business and policy system. We are focusing on China and Russia. Maybe this bottom statistic is kind of interesting. The proportion of GDP going to R&D spending in China, I think this is already a year out of date, is now exceeding the UK. And it's been growing rapidly. In Russia, it's been somewhat flat. So there are two different kind of situations. Our focus is on nanotechnology. Why nano? It's a kind of a broad platform technology, very small scale science, but implications across many areas of healthcare, security technology, transportation, energy, et cetera, et cetera. It's a very broad platform technology, which is argued may have some transformative implications. If you look at relative performance, I mean, one of the things, again, that stands out is, China is now the world's biggest producer of nanotechnology research. So China is actually not a latecomer, it's an early comer in this technology. Russia's position, if we look here at patents and publications, is a kind of a little bit different. So we do have a paper coming out, A Tale of Two Academies, looking at the Russian and the Chinese academies of science. But we've kind of got two countries. But we don't kind of presume we're very interested in understanding, if you like, the next generation of systems development in these countries after from if you like, from state planning and state control to a kind of a market quasi system, but that system is kind of already changing and morphing into something else. So we're very interested in that transition, but don't assume that the two countries in any way kind of follow the same path. I think they'll have their own very distinctive and important pathways. I won't go into all the strategies, but just to say our approach is building conceptual frameworks of innovation systems change, analyzing what's actually happening in the specific technology, and more broadly looking at institutional frameworks and understanding kind of relationships. And an important aspect is we're undertaking foresight analysis, road mapping, workshop activities to kind of try and anticipate how things may develop in future time periods. Our methods are, we've got mixed methods. We're doing bibliometric analysis, web scraping, large-scale data analysis, but we're also entering this year into periods of field work where we're going out to both countries and talking with key actors, doing interviews, and also doing scenario and foresight. The PhD students, I think, are very important. These are the top. We have actually 2 funded by the ESRC, but there are actually 3 others associated around the project. So we have 5, a cohort of 5 PhD students, and they're looking at topics ranging from the development of large-scale science programs, disruptive technology, the diaspora of Russian nanoscientists, and beyond absorptive capacity in China. So we've encouraged the students to kind of pick topics related to, but a little bit distinct from what we're doing. To give another plug, and it's in your pamphlet, we're holding a summer school. This is funded through our ESRC project with some additional support, a 1-week summer school. So I'd be very interested if you nominate your doctoral students to come here. It's in your package, and I can certainly explain more about what we plan to do, but we want to give them a broad training in some of the techniques of anticipating technological change and linking it back. Okay. Maybe I just conclude. I think we have some challenges in terms of conceptualization. Access and data in these countries is always a real challenge. How we can use foresight, how we interpret this back to the UK, and diffusion, and maybe on some of these we can discuss this going forward in this workshop. Thank you.